We are in an epidemic of loneliness, and I found Mary Jane to help me cope with that. But when do we come to a point where weed, who once helped us with loneliness, but now reinforces loneliness?
What's up, guys? So I get this question a lot, or get this reasoning a lot about people who fall into the addiction of cannabis or marijuana or weed, whatever you want to call it. They will say, I smoke weed to help me with loneliness. Now, I know everybody is victim to loneliness, but in this current day, there is an epidemic on men being lonely. We either don't have a significant other, we don't have many friends, we don't have children, and for these reasons, we fall into this almost depression of being lonely. And many of us will use weed to help us cope with that loneliness. It takes our mind off our fears, takes our mind off our anxiety, takes our mind off our anxieties. So when we're in a state of loneliness or we're feeling depressed, we smoke, we feel better, we can think about things, our mind is kind of deflected to kind of think about something else that's not our actual reality. And in turn, if you smoke for 5, 10 plus years or so, before you know it, we are content with being loneliness, and weed almost reinforces loneliness. In current day, not only do we have things like weed, but we have our phones, we have video games, and with AI and this virtual reality, things are only getting more, I would say, conducive to promote being lonely, being in your room, being in your basement, and just kind of entrapping yourself in that world that you have created for yourself. But when we fast forward to 5, 10 years and we're still in our basement, we are not meeting new friends, not meeting friends in person, maybe we're meeting friends online, on the internet, but I mean, without face-to-face actual human interaction, those relationships can only go so far. We're not pursuing significant others, we don't have a girlfriend, and it's a misconception that men, we like being lonely. Now, true enough, we can go into our corner, we can go on the porch, we can go to our man cave or our state of thought where we want to be alone, but no man continuously want to be alone. No man continuously does not want to be in a relationship. We crave on community, we crave on friendships, we crave on relationships. So when we don't have that, we're kind of sad, we're kind of depressed, we have anxiety, and we use weed to help us cope with that. Again, weed does not solve our problems. It helps us not even deal with our problems, but actually deflect our mind from our actual problems. So we get into a state of we're used to just getting high and just kind of redirecting our thoughts, our mind off what's really affecting us. We can, realize that it's been 5, 10 years, I haven't been on a date, I'm not pursuing friends. And once you get past the age of 25 and you're a guy, you're not gonna seek friends. And once you get in the habit of not dating, not asking girls out, you're not gonna want to start doing that when you're 29. It's gonna be much harder. So we're almost replacing all these human interactions with weed. So after a while we have used weed to help us cope with being lonely, weed actually reinforces lonely behavior. And even the act of smoking, when I first started smoking weed, it was more of a social thing where I would do it with my friends. And the longer you smoke, you tend to do it alone. You tend to be a private smoker. And also when you smoke privately by yourself, you kind of convince yourself that you don't have an actual addiction because you don't have people to actually mirroring yourself to even say, dude, you smoke too much weed. So all these factors really force us to kind of stay in this state of being loneliness and being content with it. Not even, at the point we're not even content with it, we're just what we're used to. So if you've started smoking weed to escape loneliness, don't smoke so long that weed has actually reinforced your loneliness. Meet people, ask girls on dates, try to put yourself in uncomfortable positions to actually interact with people so you can gain friendships, gain a family, gain a girlfriend, whatever you want in life. So just a brief topic, but until next time, guys, please like, subscribe, share. Most importantly, comment below if you have any issues or experience with smoking because you're lonely and now you're just like, it's been 10 years and you're still lonely. Let me know. I understand. I get it. Until next time, guys, we are all in this together. Peace.